Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine Avataravarishthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. At 3:30 in the afternoon, Yam again entered the master's room and sat on the floor. A teacher from Boughton Institute had come with several students to pay a visit to Sri Ramakrishna. They were conversing together. Now and then the teacher asked questions. The conversation was about the worship of images. I will read again. At 3:30 in the afternoon, Yam again entered the master's room and sat on the floor, his usual way. A teacher from Broughton Institute had come with several students to pay a visit to Ramakrishna. A teacher has brought his students to converse with. Look at the magnanimity of a teacher to take his students to a saint. This is the true Indian trend, Hindu concept of let the knowledge come from all sides. And this knowledge in the Indian context is of divinity of man. And divinity is where all differences dissolve. So that part of life the elders wanted to give to the younger generation. Live in God, dwell in God, and live in world. When you dwell in God, you are divine. When you live in the world as divine, there is no differences. Equanimity. All humans, wherever they are, whatever they are mine. They are all children of God. May they belong to any race, any religion, any gender, any age, any profession. They are all my brothers. My concern for their safety, their progression, their elevation, their happy living in this world is what is aimed at. To be divine and to see divine everywhere. The master has brought the students to. Now the materialism and westernization has deprived the whole Indian concept to be slowly remaining in the background in dormant state. Otherwise, there would have been peace everywhere. If world can absorb these grand principles of Vedanta, you are divine. Every human being on this earth is divine. All that you see is manifestation of God. One God appearing as many, like one mind appearing as the whole dream world. This is one. Wake up to the reality. See oneness everywhere. This concept has to come in all places, in all hearts, that makes the world one world of love, peace, and harmony with all diversities as they are. When we diversities cannot be dissolved because it's plan of nature. It is the way in which nature is and works. But there is a transcendental unity. It is this unity that so in which the diversity is only a superimposition. Unity is reality. This something is sitting on it, diversification. Amidst diversity, if there is no unity, if there is no common platform, if there is no common consciousness pervading it, it cannot exist. Diversity exists because unity is behind. When we move towards unity, we are moving away from the animalhood, transcending the humanhood. We are reaching the divinehood, the core of our existence, the substratum of our existence, the basis of our existence, the foundation of our existence we are going to reach. So this is how the master, teacher in a school or college, how much he must be interested in the welfare of not only his students, the students will be able to grow and bring universal oneness. Sri Ramakrishna's main contribution to this world is unification and harmony. Let the diversity remain as it is, flourish nicely, because it is like a garden. But move towards the unity which stands behind. So he has brought some children. They were conversing together. Now and then the teacher asked questions. The conversation was about the worship of images. Master to the teacher: what is wrong with image worship? The Vedanta says that Brahman manifests itself where there is existence, light and love. Therefore, nothing exists but Brahman. It is like dream world. Imagine the dream world that you see in dream. Whatever you see in dream, in the dream world, it is just, whatever you see in dream world, it is just the mind's creation. How real it looks. Everything, every bit of it, what you see, even movements, even smell that you get in the dream, even the flower, sky and space in which things are existing, everything is mind. Except mind, nothing is there. Whether you worship a person, you are worshipping mind. If you worship an imaginary thing in the dream, that's also is mind and nothing else. Whatever you see, anything you worship, you are worshipping mind. That way, whatever this world is there in dream world, it's manifestation of mind as thoughts. Mind is manifesting itself as various thoughts and giving a pictorial presentation to us. Same way, God has manifested, because mind has manifested, whatever you see is mind. Here God has manifested as this universe. Whatever you see here is God alone. So if you worship an image, you are worshipping God more really than you worship a man. Man, however he tries, he cannot exactly match with your intellectual demands or the demands of your heart. It has its own his nature. But when you make a stone image, it is neutral. To be away, right and wrong is there in man. Every object there is positive and negative aspects. But in an image, it is rather nil or very little. And you see it. And in itself it is not there. You do anything, it is neutral. You ask anything, it is neutral. You can attach any kind of feelings with it, it is neutral. Just you are getting satisfaction, elevation without a negative influence. Now, you worship a man as God, which is more alive, but because it is limited object, one day it will however disappear, and whenever it is there, whenever I'm worshipping, I see it has not attained perfect, it is not perfect. Each time a thing which is not imperfection projects forth, you will feel disgusted. That doesn't happen in an image. It will never behave independently of your feelings. Your feeling just like a mirror reflects your image. Whatever you superimpose upon it, it reflects that. While carving a image, if you put smile on it, in its face, the smile remains forever. It's all the time. It's always showing a blessing hand. May you go, my child. I am there behind you to protect you in dangers and from enemies. So all these features that you see, it is more of the divine aspects are brought into that picture, which we miss in any other objects. Maximum, the human feelings, we are accustomed with the human bodies and human things. From childhood, we keep the duality in this world and right and wrong. This concept is there, moral concept is there in the background. Likes, dislikes, all these collectively will be working. But in image it is, that's why image is the best representative of the God, though it is a stone or this one. And there is the process of invoking God. Though when I saw a person standing under a tree and talking alone, first time I did not know that a cell phone has come into picture, that anybody can have. I have known the wireless system. Radio had the wireless system exists, was known, but it was quite a big instrument. A person can talk with a small doll-like thing. I never knew. A person was standing under a tree and talking alone. I thought he's a madman or something. One day I watched, the second day he was a servant in the garden. Then I told, why does he, somebody told, he's talking over the phone. I said, where is the phone? He's standing here under a tree. Then I came to know. But for a person who doesn't know the cell phone, He looks like a mad person. In this phone, there is a system that has been created. It is created by man. It is a process of invoking a power that can convert the audible sound or audible picture into inaudible state of all pervadingness. Vyakta becomes avyakta. The visible becomes invisible. And the whom you are talking, the invisible, it is converted into visible. Inaudible, it is converting into audible. This process, a person who doesn't know, he thinks he is talking to a stone, he is talking to some plastic material. There also. But this has the capacity to convert the visible into invisible, invisible into visible, audible into inaudible, inaudible into audible. Now, when it is vyakta, it is limited. When it is avyakta, it is unlimited. A person can receive from anywhere a cell phone. When this person can be anywhere, even traveling in flights, they can speak to. So, this is all pervading and localized. Localized is one aspect of the same reality. All pervading is the same. It can manifest, it can demanifest. Demanifest is becoming invisible. It is there. My senses are not able to grasp. My ear cannot, the electromagnetic waves that travel all over when I speak in a mobile, none of my senses can perceive, whether eye or nose or ear, nothing can perceive it. But it does exist because it is going to again manifest, become localized and manifest in his cell phone. So this system that through an image is where a person keeps all his faith and love, invokes God, and God is a conscious entity which can manifest through it, which can exchange it. But we have never tried, neither the scientist or normal man in the world has tried any time to interact with the transcendental. He has not given himself to the beyond. He has not learned the art of transcending the limitations of mind. It has that so much of limitation. So this struggle, we have to grow slowly from the limited to the unlimited. Sri Ramakrishna is asking, what is wrong with the image worship? The Vedanta says that Brahman manifests itself where there is existence, light and love. Therefore, nothing exists but Brahman. How long do small girls play with their dolls as long they are not married and do not live with their husbands? After their marriage, they put dolls away in the box. What further need is there of worshipping the image after the vision of God? How beautiful you see. When we cannot expect the child to be an elderly man all of a sudden. Its heart has to open, its head has to open, its feelings have to be awakened. He must become conscious of the right and wrong, the moral responsibilities. Small things are given, even to read and write. Small exercises, the writing between the lines, all things are given. afterwards nothing bothers. What is the need of image after one real? The purpose of keeping image is the primary condition by which we try to enter into the field, like children entering into education through play, and then as he grows, and finally when this person with image he begins try to see God in it, his vision is penetrating into matter to discover the transcendental. What further need is there of worshipping the image after the vision of God? Master glanced at him and said, one attains God when one feels yearning for Him. An intense restlessness is needed. Through it, the whole mind goes to God. Even when we are praying, only a part of mind involves. Much of the mind is involved in some other thing which is binding him. It is caught in it's already stained, it's holding. It is not able to release itself or free itself from it is like a vehicle which has picked up momentum, and even if you put off, it continues to push forth. So this aspect we see when we are in prayer, mind is carrying certain things. It is not totally free, that is able to get absorbed. How do you know? It is in prayer, whole mind is not getting absorbed because I am not able to forget this word. As I forget it in dream, when I sleep, how I forget it totally. This total forgetting is not possible. That means my mind is totally not withdrawn. In sleep, it is totally withdrawn. That because I am going to give the mind totally to the inner world, that I am giving its importance to project itself as dream world. I am not bringing this. No, I am still aware of the world. I am still aware of all things happening around, and a part of mind is praying. And this is silent, this mind, the rest of the mind may be silent, but is not unaware of the world. That is, has got absorbed into the object of prayer. Through it, the whole mind goes to God. Through yearning. When you feel restlessness for God, when your heart pants for God, the whole mind is going there, entirely forgetting the world and forgetting your own bodily condition. A man had a daughter who became a widow when she was very young. She had never known her husband. She noticed the husbands of other girls and said one day to her father, "Where is my husband?" Father replied, "Govinda is your husband. He will come to you if you call to him. If you call him." At these words, girl went to her room, closed her door, and cried to God that Sri Ramakrishna says always the faith of a child. Tell a child that ghosts exist in a room, how much he believes. He never moves even towards that building, towards that door, especially at night. Hmm. That kind of total acceptance somebody has told to take it 100% as truth. This is what in Mira's life also we see. Mother telling her that Lord is your husband, Krishna is your husband. Total acceptance, no more. And till she realizes the truth, she is there panting for it. At these words, girl went to room, closed her doors and cried to Govinda, saying, Govinda, come to me, show yourself to me. Why don't you come? God could not resist the girl's piteous cry and appeared before her. This is one thing Sri Ramakrishna goes on insisting. This is word of the not a realized soul, not an elevated scriptural pandit. It is words of Avatara, God having come down, the innermost consciousness of all beings. He is talking, he is telling about this incident, that how she wept and God had to go and see that because he is filling those people who are there and us now who are reading with that faith. God, you will be able to, little longing, develop longing, you will be able to see God, and that is the only purpose of human life, and that is the only way to attain eternal peace, bliss and joy. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.